When it comes to war crimes, I'm a bit of a self-proclaimed expert, both from my research and execution of them. So I wanted to test my expertise and figure out how many war crimes you can commit in Minecraft. But let's go further. Unlike in my Apex Legends video where you can really only measure war crimes, in Minecraft you can get the whole shebang. The crime of genocide, crimes against humanity, war crimes, and the crime of aggression. And if any of these things should trigger you, it should be that all of them follow the same composition except war crimes, like crime of genocide, crimes against humanity, crime of aggression, and then war crimes. Like, honestly, get it together, war crimes. But speaking of the whole shebang, if you're interested in my videos and love my content, do consider subscribing, because that shows me you support me more than my old rundown IKEA chair, and so that you can get the whole shebang of my content right when it comes out. But let's get on to the video. Starting off with a quick rundown of everything, I'm going to go straight to simple explanations of the crimes, because if you don't know what Minecraft is, I assume you live under a rock, but for the slim chance you don't know what Minecraft is, pause the video in 3 seconds. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, on to the crimes. Firstly, the crime of genocide. You remove the life subscription of a group of people, or mess with the expansion of said group. Secondly, crimes against humanity. This is pretty self-explanatory. It's crimes against humans on a large-scale effort that doesn't have to be targeted against a specific group. So not your ordinary prison Mike, this is supervillain Mike levels. Thirdly, war crimes. These are crimes during wartime, mainly things that even the messed up preschool kid who ate glue and chopped off dolls' heads would think is messed up. Don't lie to yourself, everyone knew a kid like that. And if you didn't, spoilers, it was you. And lastly, crime of aggression. I'm gonna be real with you, these are just any aspect of war in general. Which is stupid because the UN was probably like, I want to prosecute this guy, but he technically did nothing wrong. Make what he did a crime, and then charge him. Get this man a promotion. I don't work here. Because like half of the crimes of aggression are like attacking with an armed force, blocking their ports with a navy blockade. You may say, oh, that must be for unprovoked attacks. Except it's not. By the words of the UN themselves, regardless of a declaration of war, these are all a crime of aggression. Which kinda helps us, because it means even if I did send the villagers or pillagers a very nice peaceful formal letter telling them I was going to blow up their homes, it would still be a crime of aggression. Starting off, I'm going to first describe which crimes and how you commit them by grouping, and then at the end bring everything together with an amazing step-by-step plan on how you can commit the most international crimes in Minecraft. A Minecraft world is 60 million by 60 million blocks, which is about 5 times the diameter of the Earth, so if that doesn't put the enormity of a Minecraft world into view, I don't know what will. And here's where the big numbers come in. Everyone knows to commit war crimes you have to have someone to do something terrible too. Even if you wanted to commit a war crime against yourself, it wouldn't actually count. If you ever did want to, please talk to a therapist first. But in Minecraft world, villages spawn once per every 1,000 blocks, and pillager outposts spawn on the low end once per every 2,000 blocks. Which means in a Minecraft world there are 3.6 billion villages and roughly 1.8 billion pillager outposts. So about 5.4 billion settlements. And you have to destroy them all. You're going to have to change your name to Kyle and gulp down some monster energy drinks because you're going to have to be aggressive and commit some crimes of aggression. Namely, these 4. The invading or attacking another state, bombarding another state, attacking the forces of another state, and sending hitman to another state. Which all in all is pretty easy. Whether or not it is a village or a pillager outpost, you must lure zombies, skeletons, and any other hostile mob to the settlement and start attacking. If you're in the village, direct your attacks towards the iron golems, and then once they die, stop attacking. If you're in the pillager outpost, attack whoever you want, I don't judge, and after this you should have a nice beautiful number of 21.6 billion crimes committed, all from the crimes of aggression. Which brings us to the war crimes, my favorite part. If you do this right, you will have committed 15 war crimes per village and 7 war crimes per pillager outpost. And you may be wondering, why is there such a big difference? It's simple. Villagers don't fight back, making them civilians. Pillagers, on the other hand, are their own militia, so anything that applies to civilians does not apply to pillagers. So for the villages, you must use poison splash potions and poison arrows to commit these war crimes, destroy a church to commit these war crimes, attack random villagers to commit these war crimes, kidnap some villagers to commit these war crimes, and then for the sheer act of pillaging a town with no mercy, you commit these war crimes. And for the pillager outpost, you must do the exact same thing you did with the villages, except you destroy any building in the outpost instead of a church. Which brings our total crimes committed to a whopping 88.2 billion crimes committed, which are rookie numbers for what's to come. Which brings us to crimes against humanity. Sadly, these only apply to civilians, so pillager outposts won't be included in our crimes against humanity, but they've done enough already, so it's okay if these sit out for once. You'll be committing 11 crimes against humanity per village, murder, extermination, enslavement, forcible transfer, imprisonment, torture, forced pregnancy, persecution against a specific group, and forced disappearance of persons, apartheid, and causing great suffering. If you're familiar with any village or trading hall, you'll be basically doing that almost to the T, by moving them from villages, forcing them to breed, separating the nitwits, zombifying them and curing them, and killing villagers who don't give you good trades. You have committed every single crime against humanity, which brings our total to 127.8 billion crimes committed. Which brings us to the last group, genocide, which includes killing members of a group, causing harm to members of a group, inflicting conditions on a group that will bring its physical destruction, creating measures to prevent births within the group, and forcibly transferring children of the group to another group, which, similar to war crimes, has different applications to pillager outposts and villages, since pillagers can't have kids. So for villages, you must kill some villagers, hurt some villagers, break all of the lights, so zombies spawn at night, break all of the beds, and remove the kids and bring them to another group. And then for the pillager outpost, you must kill some, hurt some, and then release iron golems so that they will slowly die. Which brings our grand total of international crimes committed to be, drumroll please, 151.2 billion crimes. But here's the moment you've all been waiting for, the patent-pending step-by-step method on how to commit all these crimes. Step number 1. You have to first create your Minecraft world and get enough tools and armor so you don't die. Dying is for chumps and you're not a chump. Step number 2. Start to find a village or an outpost and gather up a large army of the dead. I don't care how you do it, sell your soul, eat a nickel hole, do a summoning chant, whatever it takes. Step number 3. Attack the settlement using TNT, cannons, arrows, and potions, and make sure to target the militia, which are the iron golems and the pillagers. Once you eliminate them, target any building or a church if you're in a village, and attack and murder pillagers or villagers, and kidnap at least 2 of the people remaining. Now step number 4 and 5 are only for the villages. Step number 4. Now it's time for the shady under-the-rug CIA level stuff. You're going to look up how to make a villager breeder and villager trading hall. Follow the main steps with the 2 villagers you've kidnapped, and make sure you have a breeding chamber, a zombification chamber, and a place for all the nitwits who can't trade. All a substantial distance away from the village. Step number 5. Now that you have your own population of villagers hidden away, you must return to the village, break all of the beds and light sources, and ship away any baby villagers you see, and if there aren't any, ship away some baby villagers from your breeding hall. Step number 6. In the pillager outpost, spawn iron golems to slowly attack them, and in both settlements, kill everybody left, except for 1, leaving them at 1 shot till death. And if you follow these amazing 6 steps for all 5.4 billion settlements, you have committed 151.2 billion crimes, which is the most international crimes you can commit in Minecraft. Or is it? This is where you, the viewer, comes in. Let me know in the comments whether or not you believe that inhabitants of nether fortresses, the piglins and bastions, and the shulkers and end cities should count towards the crime total. I personally think they should, but I was still torn between whether or not they should, so I actually wanted to wait for a response from the community so I can get a more accurate depiction of whether or not they should. And if you do, I guess I'll have to make another part with another amazing step-by-step plan, patent pending by the way, to commit the most international crimes. But until then, make sure to like and subscribe so I know you like my content and to always know when my next video comes out. And with that, see you later.